next up, who do we have here? You want to introduce yourselves?
Mike Araneda.
Linda Tromblay. I'm not sure how this works, so.
Well, you're doing great.
Oh,
So
okay.
do you guys have a virtual background up, or is that your real boat?
No, that's our.
This is our boat.
Beautiful.
This is the interior of the 425.
It's beautiful.
All right. So Linda and Mickey live on a Catalina 425. What year is the boat, and how long have you guys had it?
2017 model, and we bought it brand new.
You bought it brand new from Fairlawn Yachts.
Fairlawn Yachts. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and through Pat
The other
Garfield.
As their friend. So they bought the same boat.
And your friends bought the same boat?
Yeah. So they bought exactly. Actually, I have two friends now who have bought the same boat.
Yeah, Mary Jo and John.
So who bought it first?
And Eddie and Sandy.
Eddie and Sandy.
They bought it first, and then. So what made you buy a 425?
I'll leave that to Michael because he's the one who convinced me.
I've been watching Catalinas for a number of years, and I've noticed a big change in the 425 in design structure. And we wanted to get into the market again because we had owned a boat previously, and I wanted to pick a boat that had that might have good resale value. So that was my primary concern, and I thought this was a hot model, so I jumped on it.
What were some of those specific design changes that you liked, Michael?
Well, the color scheme, the 425 is completely different from your standard 38 and 380 models from previously, and you can just notice it immediately when you see it from the outside. The interior is different. The exterior is nicely done, and the self-tacking jib is a good plus.
Yeah, so with the two of you guys short-handed to go out sailing with a self-tacking jib, it's kind of a no-brainer.
It is a no-brainer. Well, my requirement is to have a boat that I can handle by myself, and having anyone else added to that crew is a big plus.
Yeah, so you guys actually take that boat out a lot.
We do. We take it out at least. Well, we take it out about once a week. We try to get it out, even in the winter. It's just we don't like it sitting. We really enjoy it. We really do. It's a great boat to sail, and we got good protection with our Dodger, and it's really easy to sail this boat. Honestly, I mean, I can even sail it, so that's saying a lot.
So you have a self-tacking jib, and you have an in-boom furling.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we love that. That's really nice.
What do you like?
Wayne, what I like about it is I like the interior because we live aboard our boat. So this is what I like about it. It's got lots of room in it. It's very bright and light. It's very welcoming. It's a beautiful boat on the inside. Really nice. So, and I enjoy showing it off to my friends and stuff and taking people out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the woodwork on this boat is just amazing. Do you guys have one of those 4-fold tables?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Next to right now.
yeah, that's a piece of art. That's just
Yeah,
incredible.
I think so too. It's really pretty. In fact, the table that's in the cockpit too is the same, and it's just beautifully done. So
Same varnish.
yeah, we were going to buy it with the plastic because we said, we don't want to pay that much more. And then Patty made us buy it. She goes, she said, I'm not selling you the boat without that. And I'm glad we did because it really does look good.
Yeah, it's really pretty. I mean, the teak is on the outside table or cockpit tables got to be 1.5 inch thick teak. I mean, it's really thick.
And it's got about 15 coats of varnish on it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I was down there at the factory and went to the woodworking, the furniture making, the varnish, and they have this special varnishing shed where they put the varnish in to dry, and it dries really quick, and then put another coat on, and 15, 20 coats of varnish, and it's beautiful. It's like a piano. It's just incredible. So let's back up a little bit. Let's get a little history here. When did you start sailing? Linda?
1980. 80s, I think, when we first met. Way back then, we started taking
82.
lessons over here in San Francisco Bay at the Spinnaker.
Spinnaker sailing.
Oh, Spinnaker
Yeah.
sailing, yeah.
We went through their
Yeah.
series of classes. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
you got-
chartered a lot. We joined the what is it, Santa Cruz Yacht Club, or the Santa Cruz
Pacific
Sailing
Yachting,
Club?
Pacific Yachting in Santa Cruz. We chartered almost around the world, the different places.
Yeah, so we've done, before we decided on buying a boat and then go cruising. We went cruising for 6 years, so we were gone a long time with our
Yeah, so
boat. And
you guys have been on a lot of boats, and you went cruising on I think an island packet, right?
An island packet 380. Yeah.
yeah,
And we
Yeah.
took it from San Francisco to New York City.
so-
Wow.
Wow. How long
6
did
Through
that
the
years.
Panama
take you?
Canal. About a 6 or 7 year journey.
Wow.
Wow,
We had
that's
great-
really cool.
we had so many good adventures. So in this boat too, we hope maybe we can do some cruising with this one. We're just thinking about our timeline and what we want to do. So
Definitely up and down the coast.
with this
Yeah,
one.
well, now with this shelter in place, it's actually a good thing to take off. So, that's definitely something to think about. And rather than sitting here and, worrying about it, get out there, go down the coast.
Yeah.
I
agree.
just want to reintroduce Mike and Linda. They're 425 owners. For anybody that just came on and you're watching us. So Mike and Linda, Catalina 425 owners. The boat's in 2017. They live in Marina Village on the boat. We see them around here a lot, and wanted to get you some insight. So back to the island packet. Tell us a little about that and the 6-year cruise.
Oh my.
I just threw you
Started.
ball. I threw
One
the
leg at a
ball there.
time.
Your turn.
Well, you know what? Let me just tell you this. When we started out on the cruise, I was already asleep before we even got out the gate, and I was just sleeping on the top. And my husband wakes me up. At the time, he wasn't my husband, and he goes, he asked me to marry him. So
I got
You
down
wanted
on
to
my
make sure
knees
you-
underneath the Golden Gate Bridge and
Yeah.
I had proposed. And I had to
That's really romantic, but I'm
it
sure you
was.
wanted
I'm
to
like,
make
are
sure
you serious?
you wanted to make sure you had crew for your 6-year cruise.
No, I wanted to make sure I had
She
insurance.
wanted for my insurance.
So
But we got married in Catalina Island on our trip.
Yeah.
our way
Wow,
down.
that's
Yeah, we
really
had-
special.
And that worked out just fine because my family lives in Southern California too. So they all
and they're sailors too.
were able to join.
So,
Yeah,
you know,
cool. So you guys spent 6 years. Obviously, you went down to Mexico. You spent some time in Mexico first.
Mhm.
You spend a couple years there, or just go through for a season?
no, we kind of
First, just 1 year. I remember Christmas
what's in
2005 was in Mexico. God, I wish I knew you were going to quiz me on the trip. I would have brought out my logbook. It was a
I thought
few
you always
years.
had your
It was
logbook.
2005 through what? 2000.
2000. Yeah, I don't know.
We left San Francisco 2004. Went out the gate, and then we left the country 2005, and we re-entered the country 2007 and 8
In Florida,
in Florida, and then went up the eastern side to
and we went to the Bahamas. So
we lost it. The Bahamas for 3 months, and then crossed back over to Cape Kennedy, and up the eastern seaboard until we got to
no, we did the intracoastal.
intercoastal until we got to New Jersey.
Wow, cool. And Linda, you're from back
tell you.
east.
Linda,
Yeah, I am. So are
Yeah.
you? Yeah. Yeah.
So am I. I
Yeah,
try
we-
not to
we entered the Great
admit it,
South
but
Bay.
Okay. Uh, so, Mike, talk about shorthanded sailing with a couple. You and Linda did the trip by yourself, most of the trip by
Mhm.
yourself? Did you have any other
Yeah.
people aboard? Or?
Only through the canal.
We invited my brother and my niece, a couple of nieces, just to transit the Panama Canal.
Oh, cool.
Everything else done by just the two of us.
Yeah.
So we would do in evening watches. We would do 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. was the time that you had to be on watch. During the day, if you're awake, you're just taking care of the things that need to be taken care of. But after 6 p.m., it was like your watch for 3 hours. And then you would take a nap and then come back on for the last 3 hours. So it was a 12-hour period of being on watch.
He used
So
an egg all the time when he's doing his watch, so he could take like 3-minute naps.
Cat naps.
And I would get so mad. I would never
He had
take
that
a-
egg timer.
Well, I would check the radar and the warning systems first to see what distance I had
before a boat hit us.
clear vision. And then I said, well, if I got 10 minutes of clear vision, I can take a 3-minute cat nap
Yeah,
and then wake, and then everything should be fine.
yeah.
We're still here, so everything was fine.
So what was the longest trip that you guys did?
Longest passage, probably about
Yeah.
5 days.
Yeah,
5 days.
it was San Andreas Island to this Rio Dulce, right? In Guatemala, right?
Yeah.
San Andreas to Rio Dulce.
Yeah.
So, and it was the best sail we ever had. It was almost all sailing. It was incredible.
Wow.
No motoring, no motor sailing. It was beautiful.
Yeah, when you're cruising in a passage, you're making passage, most of the time, you're lucky if you can sail all the way. You're going to sail optimally maybe about 30-40% of the time. The other times you'll either be motor sailing or just motoring. So it's nice to have an easily configured boat that can manage that kind of terrain.
Yeah, that's really good. So through the canal, that's always fun. That's a
Yeah, it was
interesting
fun.
trip.
It was, you know what, we went through, and it was really storming that day,
Mhm.
really bad. And we were rushing through that as fast as we could get through because we're thinking, okay, they're not going to let us go through if we don't make it. You have to make it in a certain time frame. And
To make it through the second set of
they
locks.
stopped us at the lake because
That's it.
there were 2 tankers that collided outside of
Oh.
Cologne.
Jeez.
And so they weren't letting anybody through on that end. So we ended up staying that night in the lake, and it turned out to be a really great night.
Mhm.
And there you could hear all the monkeys and see the monkeys in the trees. And we were moored with this one of those huge, you know, that the big tankers moor on, those big things. So we got my niece was with us, and she's a hairdresser. So we all jumped onto this big mooring, and we got buckets of water, and she washed and styled our hair. It was really fun.
It was pretty good.
It was really fun. And so anyways, that was the way we spent that evening. We were a little disappointed at first, but it turned out to be a great time. So
We actually transited twice. We went on a catamaran before. Our
Oh,
boat was
good
left
idea.
in Panama. And just to have the experience, then we took a taxi back to our boat. And when it became our turn, then we just went for the second time.
yeah, we had so much fun.
How
I
did
think
you
the
guys go through? Did you go tied to a tug or center lock?
Different things.
lock.
With each lock, when you enter, the circumstances can change, and they'll just advise you at the time if you're in the lock. We tied next to a tugboat once. We tied against a 65-foot sailboat one time, and I think that was it. Those are the two.
Yeah, and then we had a huge tanker right behind us with dripping water almost
They
on
get
us.
you very close to the tankers.
It was interesting.
Yeah, I've been in those locks when they pull in that big ship behind you, and you're wondering,
Yeah.
you know,
Is it
when
gonna
are they
stop?
going to stop? And
Yeah.
they have, what do they call those,
That's it.
donkeys?
Their bow extension actually extended over our boat.
Almost, not quite. Yeah.
Jeez, that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. So that was
And you
a
can watch
30
yourself on real time too.
Yeah. So they would, I remember they were throwing the monkey fists with the lines
right.
down to you, right?
Mhm.
Did they
Yeah,
hit
they
you?
did that to us too. Oh,
Yeah, that was cool. That was
Yeah,
cool.
they're pretty good aims too. I think they made every shot and we caught every line.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's,
I don't know, when you went through, Wayne, did you have to have a pilot and stuff on your boat? We had to have
yeah,
that.
I think we had, they were junior pilots they were putting on the boat, not full-fledged pilots, but yeah, you had to have a pilot.
Yeah, you're required to have it. It isn't like you have a choice. So you really
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, we had a pilot and then a pilot in training. The two
Right.
things. helping us through. And one of the guys, I believe, spent the night with us because we had the extra night on the
Yeah.
Lake Tuna.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
there's
we spent a night at Lake Tuna. It was actually New Year's Eve 2002. And my parents joined me for the trip. And they put us in the middle of the lake. We're a little disappointed, but there was I think it was a Mia Flores tropical resort just around the corner. So we hopped in the dinghy, started going over there for New Year's Eve. And we had the biggest deluge of rain I've ever seen in my whole life. We might as well have been
That
swimming.
happens.
We had umbrellas. We're still soaking wet.
Oh
That
my
was
God.
a memorable
that is-
New Year's.
oh,
that was
that's
pretty
awesome.
cool.
Actually. Oh,
So
I love those kind of downpours though. I think they're really, when we were in Nicaragua, spent about 6 months there, we found a hurricane hole at Puesta del Sol. And that was a really fabulous place. It's
that was
the
a beautiful place.
best beach ever ever on our whole trip. It was the most beautiful beach with the most exotic shells that you could find every day.
And very few.
Yeah.
It was like a 2.5 mile long beach that was pretty much ours. We shared it with horses and cows.
Yeah.
wow.
And
Well, I'm
it
not
was-
gonna
it
ask
was
you-
owned by he's a nuclear physicist that was from Nicaragua, but he lives in the United States. He built the marina. Robert, I can't remember his last name. And they were so good, and they knew what cruisers like, so they really built their marina to really accommodate that kind of like kind of nice style and everything. They had 2 infinity pools, one on the ocean, one in the marina. We would go swimming all the time, every
Yeah.
day.
I'd
And
run
nobody
on-
was there. It was amazing. It
I'd
was
run on the
incredible.
beach and then take a shower at the infinity pool at the beach and just hang out for a while.
I don't know if you ever heard of that place.
So how did you find that place? You get some other cruisers tell you about it?
Um,
I can't remember.
I think it was the literature. I think we weren't following anybody.
No, we didn't go to the
So,
popular
yeah,
places.
For
We
this
would go to
place, it
the
was just the
unpopular
literature.
ones.
And we were looking for a hurricane hole, and the insurance companies wouldn't allow us to stay in Nicaragua, but this is such a great place. We called them up and asked them for a dispensation, and they allowed us to do that for a fee. So we stayed there for the 5 or 6 months.
Yeah, we really got to know
through the
them.
hurricane.
Wow.
It was great.
Well, I'm not going to ask you where it is because that'll be giving away a secret, but maybe you want to mention the name of it again?
Puesta del Sol. It's
Puesta-
so beautiful.
Puesta
I
del
would
Sol.
highly recommend it. People are still there today that we met 10 years ago.
Yeah, we're still getting emails.
We see emails from them.
Yeah.
So it's a
Harbor-
great surfing area too. It's a great surfing spot. So the surfers know about that area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
cool.
it's just beautiful. And it's a little hard to get in. A panga driver came out to pull us in because you got to surf in with your boat. And it was really kind of exciting. So, and then once you get into the river, you're fine. So it's just beautiful though. Really
Yeah.
nice.
Well, by that time, you guys have been cruising for 3 or 4 years, right?
No,
That-
maybe just
That was our first hurricane hole.
yeah.
The
So
first,
I
the first
say about
2006.
a year and a half or 2 years maybe at that point.
Oh,
We left months ago, and we were looking for a place to hold out for the next hurricane season.
Yeah.
oh, cool.
So that was
So
pretty
that's
cool.
on the Pacific side then?
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking it was Atlantic side.
No, that side, the Atlantic side, I don't think it's as safe in Nicaragua. I don't think it's that safe on that side, if I remember correctly. Did you ever do the Rio Dolce? Did you ever go up that river?
I did, yeah.
And that's on the eastern side.
Yeah, that's on the
Did you-
eastern, yeah.
That
Yeah.
was really fun
Yeah,
too.
we spent some time up there too. That was fun. We had some friends come to visit us in one of the marinas at the end of the river,
Portugal. Yeah.
and that was fun.
Yeah. Did you guys go to Cuba?
We wanted to, but it was
We were
during
this
Bush
close.
and we couldn't go. So we were like so close to it, and we're like thinking, oh, I don't want my boat confiscated. So we didn't go.
That was another one of our longer passages from
Yeah, from Yucatan
From-
up to
from
the
Yucatan.
Isla Mujeres?
to the east, Isla
Yes.
Mujeres. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
yes.
From Isla Mujeres to Burnt Store Marina in the eastern side of Florida.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a longer
That's
haul.
when we passed by Cuba, and we wanted to stop by, but it just wasn't welcome. So
Yeah,
someone was watching us.
yeah, great. So you guys spent 6 years together on a boat, and it looks like you're
Mhm.
still happy together.
We're still married.
You're still married.
Okay,
So
we're back
what's
on a
the
boat
secret?
again. Who knew?
And we like tight quarters. I mean, this is actually not tight quarters. This is more room than we had on the island packet.
Oh, yeah.
On this boat here.
Much bigger.
And there's room enough for everything to take place. And then I think that's. We saw your 545
Yeah.
interior. That thing is
Wow.
humongous.
Yeah, that
That
looks
boat-
nice.
You know, it's your boat on steroids, right? It's
Yeah.
just it's huge. I mean, you got lots
We're-
of.
we are-
I'm sorry.
We are very comfortable with what we have here.
Yeah,
the two of
yeah.
us, we don't bump into each other too many times. And when things get rough, I can always go out into the cockpit.
That's a nice cockpit too. You can sleep out
Yeah,
there.
it's a good size. And you can actually put a bed out there.
Yeah, starboard side. You can flip that open,
Yep.
and you got a nice size bed.
Definitely.
Have you
I
guys
know,
used
it's
that bed
nice.
yet?
No, but we bought the mattress for it.
We're
We got a soft mattress for it, an inflatable. So
just thinking about it.
it's out there right now.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's
Summer
great.
weather.
So back to the 425 a little bit. What's the difference?
Yeah.
The differences between that and your previous boat?
Oh, God, this boat is easy to sail, that's for sure.
The island packet was built like a rock. It's a good ocean going vessel. It doesn't sail well in certain points of sail, like close reach and close haul. It screams on a beam and a broad reach. This boat screams on every point
Yeah.
of sail. The first time I took it out after owning the island packet for 5 years, 7 years,
Years, we owned it 15 years.
15 years. It was just a great sailing experience, especially on San Francisco Bay.
Yeah.
Going across the slot, sailing up Raccoon Straits, and then coming back back across the slot, heading towards San Francisco. It was all good sailing, and it wasn't set the sails and just let it go, and it was just perfect. And I really enjoyed that.
Oh, and it's easy, like, because you know how fast the winds come up here. Like you'll be at, 15 knots, the next minute's up to 25. And so you're like thinking, okay, I got too much sail up or something. But it's easy to get, get this the wind off the sail, off the main sail, and moving it over on the Traveler and pulling it, letting it out quite a bit, so that you really don't have to adjust the sails all the time, which is real nice. But if you do, it's a really easy boat to adjust the sails to reef.
Infinite number of reef points in that main sail.
On that main, yeah.
I
And you
like
do-
it because it's easier. The other boat, our other boat, wasn't that easy. So
I'm sure you've struggled with reefing underway.
Oh, boy.
You have to drop the sail and gather it, and
go back into the crowd.
it's
Yeah.
just, especially when you're shorthanded, when it's just the two of us, it's a hard thing to do. So
Yeah.
And dangerous too.
And dangerous.
Especially at night, it's really dangerous.
this is configured so much nicer, so much better.
So
Yeah,
it's a
Jerry
beautiful-
Douglas, the designer and the head of construction for Catalina, he's really thought this boat out.
Yep.
So you guys bought it.
Reach your tracker if you wanted to.
I'm sorry.
I said you can get a reach your tracker if you wanted to do more beam or downwind sailing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah,
what were you saying, Jeff, about Jerry? I'm sorry.
yeah. I was saying Jerry's really thought through this boat. He's a sailor, and he's really made this boat that's easy to sail and well thought out. Mike, do you do the maintenance on the boat?
I do.
Yeah, tell us about doing the maintenance on the 425.
We did the 100-hour 100-hour check on the engine already. I had a mechanic come in and give me a self-taught lesson. Marty Chin, which is a
Oh
friend
yeah,
of ours.
Marty's a good guy.
And so I said, show me what to do. It's pretty much the same as the island packet because they're both similar engines. Accessibility is pretty good on this engine as well. Um, it's pretty straightforward. Just drain the fluids and put new fluids in, drain the filters, and exchange the filters and put new filters in. So it's very straightforward. I feel confident I can continue the maintenance. I did the maintenance on the island packet all the way through the trip. So I wanted Marty to just give me a hands-on lesson for that first go around, and I think I'm capable of continuing that.
Yeah, how about the filter locker?
Oh, yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, that's
Easy access.
that's an easy thing to just open up and look at. It's a beautiful arrangement for accessibility, and it's easy to work with too as well. You've got the fuel filter and the water the exchanger in there. It's all good.
Yeah, I know Jerry's really proud of that, thinking that, you as a user of the boat, rather than having these filters buried and having to dig through underneath the berth or whatever, you just open a little door.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
nice.
most of the time when you're
Makes
working on boats, your head is in the bilge and your feet are dangling up above your head, and you've got a head rush. Almost everything but that particular part of the job, you can just actually sit on a bed and service those points, and it's
That's really nice. Do you guys have AGM batteries on the boat?
yes, we do.
Yeah, so no maintenance on those
They're
batteries.
sealed, and
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the only way
But-
to do it.
we also have the start battery too.
start
Isolated
battery
start.
too, yeah. But you got really easy access to those batteries regardless, right? I mean,
You don't.
just pick
Yeah.
up floorboard,
Just
right?
lift up a floorboard and you're looking right at them.
Yeah.
And there is like
I-
zero maintenance, so all you really have to do is just keep the terminals clean.
Yeah, just look at them once in a while. Say, thank you very much. You're sealed.
I know, believe me, we had the others.
That was one experience in Nicaragua. We had to exchange our batteries. We had AGMs on the island packet as well. Couldn't find them there in the country, Nicaragua. So we ended up buying the wet seal, and
We had to go to Managua. They took us.
and
over
that
to
was I didn't like that at all. It was a dangerous thing to have, and they ended up after 4 or 5 years, they ended up overheating and starting to boil.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
not good.
I was able to catch that before it caused some damage, so we got rid of those and put AGMs back in there.
Yeah,
AGMs are great.
they're definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
Hey, Linda, talk about the galley.
Oh, me? You should
Yeah.
be talking about me because I don't cook.
Mike, talk about the galley.
Cleans. She cleans, I cook.
I don't do any cooking.
Well, first she eats and then she cleans.
Yeah.
So
You like
how's the galley in the 425?
It's just big enough. I mean, we've got the 2 refrigerators. I turned the ice box into another refrigerator, so it's just enough room for refrigerated items.
but you can do 3 because there you got the 3rd box if you want to change it
Yeah,
into
outside.
yeah.
No, it's just large enough. I'm getting to be pretty good at the 1-pot meals. Everything in 1 pot, and then dish it out, and then let's go. And it's very good. And I keep all the there's enough storage for the pots and pans and the dishes. It's just adequate. It's very, very good.
Yeah, it's nice. And he stores like his dry goods underneath the seat in the salon area, which is fine. So
Yeah, so
there's
plenty of storage. And it's
Yeah.
right next to the companionway, so if you need to hand stuff up, if you're underway, once
yeah.
you guys finally get out cruising, which I know you will, then, easy to hand up food to somebody up on the cockpit.
Yeah. No, it's perfect. It's perfect. It reminded me of the Island Packet Galley. Very much similar to the Island Packet. It's right next to the companionway as well in that boat. So you'll have
Yeah,
to come
let's
over
go up to the forward
dinner with
stateroom. Up there, I think that there's a really nice little feature. I don't know, do you guys have the bed that goes up?
Yes,
We do,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's just automatic. I think it comes with the
the
boat.
hospital bed.
The hospital bed.
The hospital bed. We've used that several times.
Yeah, we use that. So
Yeah. Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, Catalina, one of the features on the Catalina 425 and the 545 is the forward bed leans up, so you can actually sit in bed with the bed up and read or watch TV or whatever.
Mhm.
It's really pretty cool
Yeah.
feature, and it's just an electric push of a button.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no muss, no fuss, and you're hanging out in that nice queen size bed up there.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
it's great. And you
Um,
can do Sunday morning reading, I guess, with the backup.
yeah,
It's really nice. It's good.
yeah, cool. So when was the last time you guys were out sailing?
Tuesday?
A few days ago.
A couple days
Wednesday.
ago.
I think it was
So-
Friday.
Is it Friday? We went on Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
What is
Friday.
today, Saturday?
Social distancing
Oh, no, we
on the
went
out.
525.
No, honey, we went out just this.
Okay,
We
pick a
Friday.
date, any day. It was about a week ago.
All
Seems
the
like
days
2 days
merge
ago.
into
You have to
one.
realize we're both, well, I'm retired. Linda's got
Little.
an accounting job. But I don't know when the weekends are here. I don't know what or the hump day, Wednesday. Those are all meaningless terms for me. So ask me when I did something. I'll say about a week ago. What day of the week I couldn't tell you.
Doesn't matter.
I've been retired since 2003, so I'm well
All
into it.
right, good for you. And Linda's still working away like an eager beaver.
Yeah,
Someone's got to do it.
I enjoy it. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. So that's
Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
I don't mind.
So when are you gonna go out the
Business
gate and turn left, I guess, right? You go to warm weather?
I don't want to go right.
No?
Yeah, but I don't want to go right.
So you asked me when we're going to do that? Is that was
Yeah.
the question? No real plan yet, but I'm sure it's going to happen soon.
We're thinking of hitting down to San Diego because our family's down there
Our
for a while.
our friends Mary Jo and John, who bought the 425 along with us, they want to go down, and we may crew with them.
Oh,
the
that's a
four of
good
us
thing.
on their
OPB.
425.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll do it this year, but they're going to either do it this year or next year.
They're almost ready.
Yeah. So they just
Well,
want the experience of having fun and doing that.
So they saw your boat and they bought a boat.
We took them out for a day sail, and they fell in love with it,
And they don't even sail.
and they didn't even know how to sail.
They don't even know how to sail.
And
They've
they-
never sailed in their life.
And they live in Sacramento.
And they
So-
go, well, we need one of these.
So I said, okay, let's do it. Let's go see Pat, and Patty set them all up.
Yeah. So that was it.
And I gave them about 12 or 13 day sailing lessons, on their boat, just to get them familiar with how things work. And they're capable now of getting on and off the dock and
So
getting,
they do well.
they're
They
doing-
can
they're
do
doing
good.
quite
They're doing well.
and the last time we went out sailing, we went out with them, 2 boats at the same time.
Oh, cool. Cool, cool.
They followed us, and so it was good.
Yeah.
It was only 26 or 7 around around Alcatraz, and they did. Mary Jo, she loves sailing
She's the
that boat.
helmsman.
Yeah, she did really well. I was very surprised how well she did, because it could have been a little bit overpowered because she had a full sail up. She wasn't even. I don't think she was reefed, was she?
On
we
the way
reefed
over,
her,
no.
yeah.
On the way back,
Yeah.
we reefed on the way back.
So she did very well. I was very surprised and very proud. I mean, she's, I shouldn't say ages, but she's 10 years older than me.
Well, she
I'm
must
down
be
to
about
Medicare,
40
so-
then.
So, I mean, it's pretty impressive, I think.
Yeah, it's great.
The moral of the story is, if you want to sail a Catalina 425, let them go sailing with us.
Yeah. And by the
Take 'em-
way, you guys are
give them
giving
a great
away
day.
a free sail on your boat.
We do
So
it, yes.
why don't we do that right now? Let's see who we have
All right.
signed up here and give that away. No children allowed, correct?
Yeah, we had a bad
And-
experience with that,
Yeah, I know.
unfortunately, because they were just too young and the parents didn't really know how to control them, and it was it wasn't pleasant.
Yeah, let's see. I know Kirk Christofferson's on board, but he's got his own boat. He's been out cruising. Trying to find somebody here that's local.
It might turn into a sale. You know?
Yeah, you never know.
Someone who's interested in buying 425, we'll give them a great day.
Yeah, let's hold on, and anybody that's interested, just chat with us, and you'll win the little 3-hour cruise with Mike and Linda on the 425. It'll be great. They're great.
It won't be a
people,
3-hour
lots of good
cruise.
stories, and it's a great boat too. So, what's your typical day, Mike? Since you're retired and hanging out on the boat.
I'm primarily concerned with taking care of myself and Linda. So that involves preparing good food that we can eat that's healthy, exercising, and keeping the boat maintained.
Yeah, he does a beautiful job on the boat.
So it's pretty much that's, and
That's his whole life.
I feed Linda good food so she's healthy, and then we take care of ourselves, and then we work on that.
Yeah, that's great. We're going to have a session today that you may want to tune in. It's
Okay.
a friend of ours that lives aboard with 2 children and her husband, not about the 2 children, but she's a health and wellness expert in yoga. And she's going to talk about health and wellness through this COVID-19 epidemic or
That's a
pandemic that we have. And should be really interesting. So she's on at 3:15, I think. Yeah, 3:15.
Okay.
So you guys should tune into that,
We'll
check
give it a
that
watch.
out. But have you, well, obviously that was kind of a stupid question. I was going to ask you if you noticed anything different with the stay-at-home order, but your stay-at-home is on the boat. So that's kind of nice. And
It is nice.
It is nice.
yeah,
I mean,
and you can still go out
beautiful.
sailing and it's
We
good
can
for-
actually have friends come over into the cockpit, 1 or 2,
Just
and sit 6 feet and still have a good time.
yeah.
Yeah, and this
So-
cockpit's big enough where you can do that.
Exactly.
And we've done it a few times now, but we're very, very conscious of it, and we know them very well, so we're very comfortable. And what was I going to say? I forgot.
We mask up when we go out,
Yeah.
provisioning for us to go to a store. So you have to put the mask on, pick up your mail, post office, that kind of thing. And everything else is on a pause. Pretty much that's all what we do. We go out for walks, and we bring the mask along with us when we need it. And usually it's an easy walk with no problems.
Yeah.
You know what I wanted to mention, Wayne, was I was listening to you, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and you were talking about when you bought your boat, and you convinced your wife to live on a boat. And I enjoyed hearing that, because that's exactly the way I felt about the same, like she said, when she comes home now, when she rounds that corner and she sees that water and she gets on she just feels like she's so home, and she's just had a wonderful day. And that just stuck with me, because I said, I feel the same way living on a boat, because we moved from a big house to a boat again, and we just love it so much. It's just
So when you guys came back from cruising, you moved into a house?
yeah, we had a big house in Sacramento.
Yeah, for about
It
5
was
years.
like, almost a 3,000 square foot house, and it was beautiful, but it was not being on a boat, so we
put everything in
decided to go back
storage.
to a boat.
Yeah, we put everything back in storage and just moved back onto the boat again.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
We have friends
mean-
that. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We have friends that travel a lot, extensively, and they always send us pictures of the exotic places that they've traveled to. And we usually return the gesture by just going out to our cockpit and taking a picture of the water and the boats around us. And that's how we brag. So we love it.
Yeah, we talk about Blue Mind, the book Blue Mind, about why you psychologically, physically, emotionally, and everything about it is better when you're on, near, or in the water. And,
Yeah.
you know, I live on a boat. I've been living on a boat past 30 years for probably 25, maybe 23 of those 30 years. And it's always time to get back to the boat. So, yeah, it's really, it's in my blood. I know that. And you guys
There's
obviously
an
are
old-
afflicted with it too.
There's an old salt saying that a day on the water doesn't take away from the day of your life.
Yeah, actually, it adds another day on the end of your life.
Yeah, oh, that's even better. Just not even subtracting is even good by itself. But
Yeah, for sure.
better.
For sure. Yeah. Well, Mike and Linda, it's been a pleasure having you guys, and we really appreciate it. I hope our people that are listening in have enjoyed this. Mike and Linda are here in Marina Village. If you have any questions for them, let us know, give us a call. But they're just a wealth of knowledge. And the first one that out there that texts us or chats with us and says they're interested in going out on the sail, we'll get you out on the sail with this great couple. So thanks so much. Any parting words from you guys?
Have a great day and have a safe day.
All right. Thanks so
All right,
much. All right. Thanks. So next thing we're going to do is give away some prizes, and let's do 2 porta seats from West Marine. And the lucky winner is, how about Kurt Christofferson? Hey, Kurt, you just won a couple porta seats from West Marine. I know you'll enjoy it on your boat. And let's also do let's see what the next one is. Let's do 2 free nights at Marina Village. I think we gave one of these away earlier, but we'll give another one. And how about Steve Goldman? Steve, you got 2 free nights at Marina Village. If you can't use it, let us know. We'll come up with another prize for you. All right, next up, in just 1 or 2 minutes. Hey, just want to just mention that Linda and Mike are a great couple, and they're a wealth of knowledge. If you guys have any questions, or one of you wants to get out, or 2 of you want to get out on a sail with those guys, they're ready to do that. So let us know, and we'll get you out there. Next up is going to be the True North 34. It's a new boat. We showcased it a couple days ago. We're going to showcase it again today. It is an outboard model with twin 300 horsepower Suzukis. It's kind of a down east style, kind of really cool boat, runabout. So I think we're ready for the quick video, and then we'll come back and we'll answer questions on it and talk to you a little bit more about the True North.